But let me tell you something on a personal level. Every time when somebody is telling about counteroffensive, me and as so many Ukrainians who have somebody close to them fighting at the front, for us it is terrifying because somebody whom you care about a lot and you hope that will come back from the war alive will have to get out of the trench and march forward, having an enormous risks to their lives. And this is why every time somebody's asking when is counteroffensive, I'm thinking maybe one more day, because then people who are fighting in the front will be more safer.
Interesting story in the Sunday Times written by the brilliant Christina Lamb about Ukraine. A close aide of President Zelensky has told the Sunday Times that the Ukrainian counteroffensive has not yet begun because the country is still lacking enough weapons and ammunition. He said that the lack of reinforcements means that the offensive, which was due to take place in the spring, will now happen in the summer. Well, joining us now is Kira Rudik, Ukrainian MP and leader of the Holos political party. Kira, welcome.
Hello, Aisha. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure to speak with you. Do you recognise this argument that's been put forward by a close aide of President Zelensky that the counteroffensive has not started because Ukraine still doesn't have enough weaponry and enough ammunition?
Well, President Zelensky just yesterday said that we are ready for a counteroffensive. However, of course, we understand that it could have happened earlier if the ammunition and the weapons would arrive earlier. Just imagine the decision that European Commission had on 1 billion euros for the ammunition for Ukraine. It took place a month ago. So we cannot expect that all that ammunition was developed and then delivered to Ukraine. It's just impossible. So there is a lot of stuff that we are still waiting to get in, but also we understand that there could not be more delay. We have a hard stop of the fighting that usually happens in autumn when the weather becomes really bad for the weaponry to move around, and this is why we have the summer months and maybe a month or two in the autumn to move forward. We understand that it is critical for us to go ahead, and President was very clear about that. However, we also trust our commanders. They have proven themselves last year to be brilliant and be able to regain our territories with minimal supplies and minimum weapons that they had in their possession. This is why right now I know that the pressure is very strong from inside Ukraine, from our international partners, but we are trying to say that it happens when it happens, because we know that the decisions that our commanders have to make, they need to be based on saving people's lives, first of all, and then the success of overall operation. This is critical.
And it's interesting what you have just said, that there, of course, is this sort of window of time regarding the weather. You don't want to be mounting a counter-offensive when you're sort of getting into, like, very rainy weather and all of that. I mean, it's difficult for you to say, but do you think something will happen soon?
We hope that it will happen soon. But let me tell you something on a personal level. Every time when somebody is telling about counteroffensive, me and as so many Ukrainians who have somebody close to them fighting at the front, for us it is terrifying because somebody whom you care about a lot and you hope that will come back from the war alive will have to get out of the trench and march forward, having an enormous risks to their lives. And this is why every time somebody's asking when is counteroffensive, I'm thinking maybe one more day, because then people who are fighting in the front will be more safer. It's very personal for all of us here, because we know the enormous price that we are paying for it. And we know that the enormous price my nation will have to pay to get back what is generally ours, our territories, and liberate our people.
Yeah, that's such an important point, Kieran. I'm really glad you've made it. You know, when we're sitting over here, it's very easy for us to just say, "Oh, when's it going to start?" And it's, you know, like a game. But for you, it's your lives. It's, as you say, the lives of people you love. It's literally their lives and your lives on the line, and that's a really, really important point that we shouldn't forget. It's always a great pleasure speaking with you, Kira. Thank you very, very much for your time. That's Kira Rudik, Ukrainian MP and leader of the Holos political party in Ukraine.